Welcome back to the Beard Bros podcast. I'm Joel.
I'm Ben, and this is our guest today, my coworker, my good friend, Robin Kuhn.
What's going on, man? Nice to meet you.
Hey, how you doing today?
What's going on?
I'm mowing my yard today. I'm on vacation.
I'm about to say, he came on his vacation
Dang,
to
you're
the
on
podcast,
vacation?
bro.
Yeah.
And you're dedicating your time to the Beard Bros podcast. So, let's start there. What have you been doing on your vacation? How long have you had vacation for?
A few days this week and next week too, a little bit. And I'm going to be working on my yard mostly, taking care of my dogs, cats.
How many cats you got?
I got 2 cats,
How many dogs?
5 dogs,
How many turtles?
1 turtle.
Where's
Used to
it?
have
you
a
got
whole
a turtle?
bunch, but I had to let some go.
He had to hide them for a while. Now you got him in the restroom for a little bit. Huh?
Yeah, I had a whole bunch in the restaurant. I was trying to dig their little pit that I had made for them, and I
Dang.
had them all in the tub, and they're all scratching
Okay.
the tub up.
So let me ask. I want to get to know you because I'm sure a lot of our guests aren't going to know who you are. Are you from Roswell?
No, but I've lived here for over 30 years.
30 years. Okay. Where were you born, if you don't mind me
I was
asking?
born in Farmington, New Mexico.
Okay, so you just came down south. You lived anywhere else?
Not really. I come down to Roswell, and I met this girl, and she decided to move to California. So we went to California, and then we broke up. I lived in Washington for a while. And my
You're talking
aunt
about
gave me-
Washington, the state, not,
Yeah, the state.
Okay.
Yeah, right by Oregon. It
Okay.
was in Vancouver, and we stayed there a while. And
What were you doing in Washington?
that's where she had her parents lived there, so we went there, and then we broke up there too. It was a lot of breakups.
Okay, so y'all were together during this time of traveling.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then after that, I came back to Roswell, and I met my wife at a first grocery store.
Okay.
And,
Tell us that story. Tell us the story how it happened, Robin. Tell us the
Okay.
story about me and your wife.
well, she was working the video department, and I worked the liquor department. And some lady thought that there should be a party thrown. And so I went to her party, and that night I never left.
So you just,
He just ended up staying, bro. He was
it was her house,
Yeah, I was
and you
her
just
house.
stayed there. You're
I
like,
stayed there and never left. And this-
okay,
He's at my house now.
that's
so
pretty cool.
I've been there with her for 30 years.
Oh wow, 30
Yeah,
years,
but the
Dad
lady-
going.
And it wasn't the lady that I was chasing. It was that lady. She's gone out of my life, but
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
ladies, man.
yeah,
hey,
well,
look at you, 30 years.
Yeah,
So that's something you could tell us about. How's marriage been? How do you, let's just put it, keep it going for 30 years?
Tell them your slogan first.
You got a slogan?
Tell them your
I got
slogan.
a slogan. It's love is sweet, love is swell. When you're married, love is hell.
Love is hell, bro.
Okay, the guy with the smooth words.
That's why I had
Okay.
2 women, bro.
Hell yeah.
Kelly.
Okay, so that's pretty neat. You guys got any kids?
I have 3 stepchildren, which are her kids. But,
Okay.
they grew up just fine. One of them lives in Albuquerque. He runs a car wash. One runs a city dump. He doesn't run it, but he's part of one of the people that do. And then my daughter, she works at the hospital at Regional.
Here in town.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Well, sounds like they're all doing pretty well for themselves.
Yeah, they're doing better than I am, which is a good thing.
I was gonna say, I think that I don't have any kids and you don't have any kids, but I would assume our parents expect us to do better than they've ever done.
Well, it's sometimes you do and sometimes you don't. But I was uneducated. I never went to school hardly, except for the 6th grade. So I think
Okay.
I did really well for what
Okay.
I've been through.
Hell yeah.
Awesome. So tell us a little bit about what have you been through. He says you've traveled a lot. Tell us.
Yeah, I went to when I was younger. I had more money. I don't know how.
I think that makes a lot of us.
I just don't know. I had more money at the time, but when I left Aztec when I was 16 years old and went to Missouri, and lived there a long time. And I was a chicken cutter there.
What is a chicken cutter?
Well, you get a chicken and you hang it on a hook, and you cut the wings off, the breast off, split the breast open it, and then take the breast off the bones.
So you basically tear it down.
I slaughtered a chicken.
Okay. All right. I mean, I've never.
What'd you do with the head?
Oh, that head was already cut off.
I was gonna say they cut.
It starts on the main line.
do
It
some
starts
crazy
with feathers, and then they stick it on the main line. And there's this lady in there cutting the necks to let them bleed out. But they shock them first, and then they have these little blades that slice the necks, and so they're dangling there. And then the lady has to cut the rest of the jugular vein so they'll bleed out. And then there's this rubbery room that spins real fast and it's real hot and steamy, and it flips all the feathers off. And up there stinks so bad you couldn't handle it. You'd throw up.
God.
And
Challenge me?
I'm good, bro. I'll take the challenge and lose.
And
Dang, that
anyways,
sounds super intense.
it was a horrible place. And they did 100,000 chickens a night. And that was it was called the main line. And I worked in the back end where it was the frozen part where it didn't smell so bad.
Right.
But when I need to go to the restroom, that place, I had to go through that main line and my stomach, I'd want to throw up before I even get to the restroom.
How long did it take you to start eating chicken again after that smell, bro? Like, did you
I
care?
eat chicken all the time.
Did you care?
I love chicken.
You didn't care? No, you
I love
I don't
chicken,
care.
too.
Once you cut them up and
battered them and everything.
batter them, everything is good.
Yeah. What about you were in Arkansas too for a little bit, right?
Yeah, I stayed in Arkansas for a while and lived with this lady named Doyne.
Shout out.
Named what?
Shout out,
Her name
Doink.
was Doyne.
Dwayne?
Doyne.
What the hell?
Creative
Well,
name.
anyways,
She had an accent.
that's because for some reason I forgot why, but I lost the house I was living in Missouri and went to Arkansas to live. And then I didn't like her, so I moved back to Missouri, and it was Knoll, Missouri, the Christmas city.
I'm not sure I'm familiar.
Well, look
Explain.
it up one day. It's
Okay.
It's pretty cool. And
Okay.
anyways, and then I had another girlfriend there.
God damn, how many girlfriends you have, bro?
Her name was Christy, and
Damn, shout out.
and I lived.
You out there. I'll hit us
Christy, I haven't
up.
seen you in years, but hello. But anyways, I was working on my car in her yard. They gave me an old car. It was a badass car. And I come from work and I had laid my knives down on the side of the seat. And I turned to the right and I had that knife sticking on my leg.
Oh shit, you stabbed yourself?
And I pulled it out and no blood was coming out and you could see all the tissues and everything. I was going, oh crap. So luckily, one of my friends took
Oh,
me
crap.
to the Gravitt, Arkansas Razorbacks Hospital. I don't remember what it was called, but they sewed it up and everything. Hardly any blood came out of it. That's weird.
Oh, that is
You
weird.
I
understand
just
that?
cut my finger with a damn blade and I was bleeding like a damn chicken, bro. What the
Because when
hell?
I was real young, we had this little motorcycle that my brother had bought, and we weren't supposed to ride it. We took off in the hills. It was called Football Hill around Aztec, and we took it into a little corral where you put a lot of cows and stuff in, and it was barbed wire fence. We was doing donuts in there, and then and I wrecked it, and that barbed wire cut a 7 into my leg.
Was this before you stabbed your leg or after you stabbed your leg?
It was after, or way before, because I was real young at that time.
Damn.
Yeah.
You just like cutting your legs with a pump.
I don't
The
know
same
why.
spot. I mean, I guess it happens. I think I've done a few things myself that. Fuck it. I mean, it is what it is. So you were in Arkansas. How old were you around that time? You
I
said
would
you
say I
were
was,
16 in Missouri.
I was around 17 or 18 at that time.
Yeah, so you're really young to be
Oh, yeah.
doing all. Well, then at the
Just
time
kidding.
you were fairly young for an individual to be traveling because you were born in Farmington. You hopped to Missouri and then you moved to Arkansas. That's a lot of. What was your next step? What was your What was keeping you going? Like, where were you going? You were just going?
Women.
I honestly believe you.
Damn women.
I went to Cali.
The one common denominator so far is the women.
Yeah.
It was the 70s, bro. You freaking.
It was a love fest.
It was just the love time, bro.
Yeah.
Okay, tell us some more. So, what were the kind of things you were doing then? What were you doing for fun?
Sick of weed.
Cigarette weed.
For real?
Yeah, back then, but I don't do it no more.
I mean,
Sick of weed just sounds like a funny word, huh?
were you a hippie at any point?
No, but I did have a fro.
I was gonna say.
Did you really?
I had a fro, like ginormous fro.
Any
Yeah.
chance you have a picture of that?
I don't think I can find one.
If he
Not
has
this
one, we'll
thing
bring
here.
it up later, and I'll throw it in the video.
I'll show you.
And I'll just,
Oh, you seen one? Oh yeah, I did kind of.
Kinda. You probably have this,
But it was bigger than that, and
but whatever. I loved.
it's all
but
good.
yeah,
Like I
there's.
said.
And then later on in years, well, when I worked for First grocery stores, I know that they paid way better than where I work now.
Well,
And
man,
the
that was
insurance was awesome.
You're talking about the furs right there on Main
Furs
where Little
grocery
Caesars is at now, and they're
Where
what-
Saving Game used to be.
Yeah,
You know
what?
what's
Yeah, you can see it. It says
Yeah,
it on there
they
now,
throw
right
it
now. You can see it on the side.
Yeah, Skin's
But,
Furniture's there now.
What? They're putting something there. They're talking. I think Dion's is going there.
Really?
Yeah, that Dion's. You know Dion's Pizza, or I don't think it's Dion's Pizza. I think it's Dion's restaurant. They just have really good pizza there. But needless to say, they did have a fro, man. I might take one of those pics and insert it so people could see what you look like back in.
Yeah.
What was that, like the 70s?
We're playing
Yeah.
this Facebook, Doug. We're gonna play it.
Yeah, yeah.
I think that was around 1984.
Oh man,
That was
that's
that's
a long
thought
time
of.
ago. So you said you lived in Arkansas. What did you do after that? Did you move somewhere else?
Yeah, I moved in Pineville, Missouri for a while.
Pineville, Missouri.
Pineville.
You know where? Is it Carlisle, Illinois? Right there on the border of Missouri and Illinois, where St. Louis is.
No, I've never been
The
there.
only reason I asked is I have family that lives there.
We're gonna ask you, don't. Not just
I don't think you would know that. I don't think
The
you
Christmas city you should go see though, that's pretty cool. It's by the bluffs. And there's a little place, a resort
Uh-huh.
bar, and they have a swing.
Is it like the lodge?
And then one time we went to a concert, and it's on across from that bar, and it's on an island.
Uh-huh.
And Joe Cocker was there.
Who the heck is Joe Cocker?
His homie.
You'll look that up one day. It's a music.
Oh shit.
I don't know if he's still alive or not. I don't think so. Probably
Okay.
not.
R.I.P.
But he had some mobility issues.
Oh,
But he was a kind of like an old rock singer.
Okay, okay. So you went from Missouri to Arkansas back to Missouri, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, and then what?
And then after Missouri came here.
Okay, you came
Yeah.
here. So what brought you here? Because
Well,
had you ever been to
I know
Roswell?
what brought him here. The
No.
women. I'm just
It was a girl. Damn it.
Another girl?
No, it was, let me see if it was the right one. It was Lisa that I changed all over across America.
Right. Where else have you been?
I
Other
been to
than,
New York.
did you live there or you just visited?
Just visited my sister that lives up in there.
Okay.
She lives in Tancahuanic, Pennsylvania.
Oh,
But I flew there from, forgot where I was at when I flew there. I think I was in Aztec. And I flew to Pennsylvania, and my little brother was there, and we drove all the way back from New York, the coastline down to Florida, the coastline all the way to Texas and back to New Mexico.
God
And then that
damn,
was
boy.
an ugly drive because when I was driving, I know I fell asleep. And luckily some jet from way up in the air seen us swerve, and he came down and did a drive-by, woke us up and saved our lives.
What?
I'm serious. because we were falling asleep.
You're lying.
No, I'm sorry. That sounds crazy. A jet just fucking.
Yeah, a jet. Why would it come down and fly right by us on real low and loud?
You sure it was a jet, not a UFO?
It wasn't a UFO. I know it was a jet. And we both woke up and we were back on the road. Crazy.
What the fuck? That sounds
could've got
crazy
killed.
as fuck.
We
Killed.
didn't have no sleep. And
You could have got abducted.
Yeah, they could have. They could have abducted us. But what good would that done?
I don't know. I've never heard a
If they
story
do a
like
probe
that.
brain scan, there ain't nothing coming from me.
Oh shit. Okay. For y'all that don't know, I work with Robin. So Robin, can we get the story of the good old Bob Maluga story? He don't know the story. I know the fucking story. I want to know that. I want everybody to hear this funny.
So who is this Bob person?
No.
It's Bob Maluga.
You'll learn at the end of the story. Trust me.
Okay. Yeah, you tell us your version of this Bob gentleman.
Bob Maluga.
Don't disrespect Bob Maluga.
Well, these people that come up to me and speak Spanish and I don't understand them. Well, I made up a name for them. So I could sell them the stuff and won't have to get their information because it's hard to get their information and put it all on the computer and all that stuff. And so I come up with Bob Maluga, and I used him for several years. And then finally someone told me, they was asking me, Robin, who's Bob Maluga? And I go, you don't know? And I go, you really don't know? And they go, no. And I go, he comes in all the time. And it was a fictitious name, so I could get them to the yard and get whatever they needed.
Oh,
But it was the
shit.
Spanish-speaking people that I do not understand. And I was going, it was just a name to get up there. Like, Robin, you can't do that. I go, well, why not? I mean,
It's worked for years.
yeah, it's worked for a couple of years now. And she goes, and then they explained it to me that I guess they could do crazy stuff with that, but I used it to help me out, get people through the line.
I mean,
He was our #1 customer, dog.
Yeah,
Like
he
that.
was going to win stuff.
They were giving him. You're gonna give
They
him
were going to
prizes.
give him a prize. They gave Do-Right a real nice stereo.
so he was gonna get a prize, and
Yeah,
because he put
because
a false
he was the
name.
#1 shopper.
Yeah, cause like all our #1s, like last time they sent Jennifer home to like a Cowboy game, like last year. So like, our #1 customers, they try to like really like.
Yeah,
like,
they
kind of show
they
their
do
appreciation.
nice.
Yeah, like
Because they're buying a bunch of shit,
So this
right?
fool was probably like a
Mhm.
$1 million customer, bro.
Yeah, and he kept coming up.
Man, that's hilarious.
So they would send me to the school for language, that would help.
That's too freaking funny, man.
Nah, bro, this guy right here, he goes like people go into the store and he's just messing with them and hackling them and just giving them shit. And one time, this guy, we make keys at work, bro. So he grabbed his keys, like, want a copy? He's like, yeah, they need 2 copies. So he goes all the way to the service counter, puts it on the copier, prints it, and gives it to him. He's like, yeah, just put it in your freezer, work in a couple hours. And just told him like that, bro. Just left it alone. He didn't even care.
Oh my god,
This
bro.
guy, yeah, this dude's a heckler all day. If you go to McCoy's, look for Robin, he will fuck with you. He will give you shit.
Hey, that's what's up. Shout out. Fuck
Women,
it.
man, he don't
That's
give
a
a fuck.
man enjoying what he does. That's cool. So how long you been working at McCoy's?
15 years.
He's in
Okay.
the Fat
Come
500.
this September, 15 years.
What are you, 342 in the Fat 500?
I can't remember. I see one of the things up there. I can't remember exactly.
What's that?
It took a long time to get there.
It's there's 500 people in that group that are been in the
Business
store
for a long
Yeah,
time.
the longest. And like from #1 to #500, he's like 352.
And you're talking about McCoy's as a franchise altogether?
Yeah, that's been there.
Dang,
that
so you-
are still there actually. They're not retired. They're still
Right,
there.
right.
Mhm.
Dang, that's quite the
We
accomplishment.
have 2.
I mean,
We have
shit.
him and another lady that are in the Fat 500.
And I worked for First Grocery Stores for 20 years. And I would have stayed there if they would have never filed bankruptcy.
Yeah, that was a bummer. I remember that store.
That was horrible.
Not too vaguely, but I mean, pretty vaguely. I don't know. It depends, because there's moments that I feel like I remember it pretty well, and then there's moments I'm just like, I don't remember it. I remember the video section was on the far, I guess, south end of the building.
Yes.
Yeah, and I remember that part, but outside of that, that's like the only part, because I used to go over there and buy, I think it was Super Nintendo games at the time, or at least go look at them. I didn't get them all the time, but that was the days. Those were the days back then.
I won a Halloween contest and won the whole game.
Like the whole
On
system
machine.
and everything?
Yeah, I dressed as a woman. I looked pretty damn good.
You looked good?
I did. I looked good.
Yeah,
I got
there's a
books
picture of
from
that.
all over Facebook and everywhere.
I mean, shit. Okay.
You know, it was
Were you
scary
fucking-
for me too.
Were you messing with them a little bit? Like, hey,
Yeah,
and
I
then
was
you turn
going-
around like,
Yeah, I was going, what do you want?
That's for the, I'm a man.
Yeah.
Yes, man. Nah, God dang, that's
waste.
yeah, that's a long time ago, man. I don't even remember what year. What year did they close down?
I don't remember that either.
Do you remember Alco?
My wife does. She worked there.
Oh, really? I remember Alco pretty well too.
Yes, I do remember Alco.
because it's the
Because
old
I'll tell you
Epic
why I
movie
remember
theater.
Alco. My kids were stealing from there, and I had to. One day I was listening to them talking in the room, and they said, "Well, we'll go tomorrow." So I went down there on my motorcycle, and I waited, and I seen them go in, and then I heard them on the aisle. I forgot they were stealing some kind of cards or something.
Pokemon.
And I go, I know what you're doing. You need to get home now. And oh my God, you seen them run out of there.
Did they know it was you?
Yeah, they
Oh, they knew?
because I made sure they knew it was me.
Oh,
Oh
shit.
man,
That's
I was very excited about
hilarious. No,
but yeah, I
damn.
do remember Alco.
Yeah, Alco was
That's a long
a
time
little
ago.
like, it was like a Big Lots kind of like nowadays.
Yeah.
That's kind of what it reminded me of. That was a
what
fuck.
you
That was
think
a,
at home? Actually, I was
No, I just chewed them out.
Yeah, that-
licking.
You know, I ain't giving no hits now. But they knew I was mad.
that's probably good enough. They probably didn't go do it again. That's hilarious. So, I want to know what were some of the things you were doing, like when you lived out of state. Like, what were something cool back then that you were doing? Was it mainly
what was
concerts?
fun was we went to Silver Dollar City a couple of times, and I was seeing this girl named Teresa Sharp.
Damn, boy.
Oh my God, I'm turning into a whore dog here.
I would have to put like
You forget all
I want
that
to see if
stuff.
I can put one of those fucking
But
counters on
anyways,
there.
she had
All right.
a big rack.
I'll say
But
it.
anyways, she's blonde-headed and she was sweet. But we went with her a couple of times to Silver Dollar City and we had fun.
Silver Dollar City, where's
And
that
we
at?
were both young,
Okay.
so her mother took us chaperone.
Oh, shit.
So we didn't do nothing, but we still had a lot of fun. And that was fun going.
Were you like a roller skater back in the day? Did you like to roller skate?
I did roller skate when they had it here. That was a long time ago.
You trying to go roller
When I
skating?
first started here, I was a foosball player. I was damn good at foosball.
Huh.
Foosball or football?
Foosball, not
Oh.
football.
My bad, my bad. My bad. I know. I was like,
Give football a break. We're taking a break on football today,
I'm
Vince.
sorry.
All right. And so you played foosball. I don't think
He
I
played
ever-
pool too. He was
I
a
never
pool.
really
Yeah, I
played
was a bull shark in Missouri. I won.
What did you
that's-
win?
when you run the table, a lot was from across the street from the post office. And then there's another little game room across the way, but most of the pot smokers and alcoholics and pool playing people, drug people would play at pool hall, and I would be there all the time. And we just played pool all day long. I love pool.
Hell
You
yeah.
whipped the ass.
Better than going around the golf course, I think, because golf course is too much work. Around the pool table is bad enough, staying up late.
I guess that's the thing about pool is you are indoors. It's just that's why I want my own pool table. That way I don't have to be at the bar.
Yeah,
I
because
can
they always
cook
want to
my-
whip my ass at the bar.
You get in a lot of bar fights or what?
Over women, probably.
No, just on little, and then I don't know, it just ticks them off for some reason.
You're a little firecracker, huh?
But
Jealous
I'll
fuckers.
fight if I have to. I love to fight.
Fucking. I was telling me a story, bro. What, like, how he got into like karate and like the nunchucks, like I was telling you.
Oh yeah,
This
yeah.
fool, how old were you when he snuck into the Bruce Lee movie? Was it
I
Bruce
was
Lee?
like maybe 10, and you were supposed to be 18. I worked with an adult, and my dad told me not to go in there. And guess what? I went in there.
What'd you
And it
see?
wasn't that big a deal to me. It was Bruce Lee was fighting. I mean,
That was
that's what got me started with nunchucks. But I've always built my own most of the time. They've always
And
been-
did you teach yourself to do nunchucks?
Yeah,
Okay.
I watched it. I can't do what they do, but I do okay.
Huh, that's pretty innovative. So one, build your own nunchucks, and then two, to basically teach yourself. That's,
Yeah,
you know.
I can't do it two, but I can do one, and it's crazy.
Huh. We'll definitely have to check that out pretty soon. So do you never thought about pursuing karate in a more in-depth way, like maybe get into karate?
No, because I don't want to be lethal weapon and
Dad, you don't wanna be Danny
you get
Glover?
yourself in trouble.
That's
If you
true.
touch people, they'll think you're a lethal weapon, and you can get in a lot of trouble for that. So no, just keep it simple.
That's true. Hey, that's the method, the KISS method. Just keep it simple, stupid.
Yes, method.
That's what it's called. I don't know who created
What
that.
does it mean?
Keep it simple, stupid.
I guess I don't know.
Well, me neither.
I'm a virgin.
You don't know that
No.
saying either?
Mm-mm.
I'm a virgin.
Oh my gosh.
Must be some B school shit. I'm old
No,
school.
it's
I'm
like-
old school. I don't know.
No,
nothing about
this is
that
the shit that I don't know. I thought people back in the day used this. I don't think anybody uses that anymore.
Where the fuck did it come from, though?
I don't know where it generated. I just know that's a saying. Like people, like Dennis at work uses that. He's like, not to me directly, but just in general. Like,
Boss doing
he told me to keep it simple. So I'm like, motherfucker. No, but I don't know. I thought for sure. I thought you would know that. It don't even matter. It's just the fact that
There's
you
a lot of things I do not know.
He told you, bro, if you got freaking abducted, they wouldn't make nothing out of it because there's nothing up there, he said.
There ain't nothing left.
What do you mean? Oh,
Turned
it's
out.
up there?
Yeah.
Why is that? Why do you think that? I'm curious. Did you get any have you ever sustained a concussion?
I had a heart attack.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh,
and
man.
that messed up a lot of stuff.
Oh, shit. How old were you?
It was a good 10 years ago.
Okay.
And they flew me to Lubbock, put a stent in, and everything. Since then, I've had all kinds of weird medical crap happen to me.
Oh, shit.
Damn McCoys.
Yeah,
That's
I blame
really-
it on McCoy.
Really?
It wasn't first.
I mean, that is
It wasn't the blast furnace where they blasted chickens where it leaked CO2 in the air many years ago.
You don't think it was that either?
And that was had some foods that did that.
Just throwing them out. Huh?
Yeah.
You owe 'em some money, motherfuckers.
You know, messed up things.
Okay.
This guy-
So I don't want to dive too deep unless you're a fan of it, but do you believe in aliens?
Yeah, I believe in them. Because I've seen some weird stuff in the sky that you cannot explain.
Tell me
There's nothing you can
tell me
prove,
your
really.
the most, like, what do you feel is the most event that you've seen? Because you said you've seen a few things. What's the one that stands out like the most? Tell us that
When I was
story.
in the backyard, I don't know how many years ago, but there was these lights up in the eye, and they were in the triangle position, and they stayed there for the longest time, and they weren't stars. And then all of a sudden, you could tell they weren't helicopters or nothing because they were too far up. And then all of a sudden, they all split in a different direction, like super quick across, and you could see them. And it was just
And that was here in Roswell.
yeah.
That's pretty crazy.
What if we have just like a orb that just tracks aliens here, bro? They're like, there's something here. Like how Men in Black, they look for that little crystal or whatever. What if there's like something like that around here that's like, fuck, we left it here.
And I do believe it. I believe there's stuff out there. The only reason you don't see it much because they're that far advanced than us. The only time that it was years ago that other one crashed. They don't crash much.
What do you mean? There was something like that?
The one that crashed in Roswell 50 years ago.
Oh, okay.
See, you don't hear that much of crashes. And they're that far advanced. If you can, and they have spaceship parts and all that stuff that you couldn't do nothing with it because of, it was just so far advanced stuff we didn't have.
Huh.
So yeah, I believe it.
Yeah, I'm a bit of the non-believer, I guess, just because, like you said, we don't see it enough. And then again, it's like, how often do I really look into the sky?
Usually asleep.
Yeah, like, especially during night. I feel like it's weird because it's like, it's always at nighttime when something happens.
Well, yeah. If it's clear day,
Are they that smart? Are they like, we're going to time this right? Like, the west coast, the sun's setting on the east coast.
don't do it over there, bro. We'll just do it right here in the mountains. They hide out.
I don't know. That's a good thing to think of is like, what really does attract an alien? Like, what would...
Believers?
You think they're that in-depth that they can just think they can hear our thoughts?
Nah, but honestly...
I don't know if they could do that.
That's good stuff.
They're advanced to fly across the universe in very fast speed.
So like you said, like they're
They
tracking
have not.
faster.
We even hardly went to the moon once without losing a bunch of people.
See, motherfuckers? All those motherfuckers hit me up on Snapchat. You're good with the moon thing. No, the moon thing is real, and we need to go further.
Yeah.
Pluto.
I don't know if it's real. Because there's videos of the flag moving, and I thought there was no... What is it called? There's no gravity up there, so that everything should be steel. Like there should be not. There's no.
Why? Because you see it in movies?
Well, no, that's
never
the
been to
perception I have.
I just never been to space, so I don't know if it's like... Because you see, like, asteroids going, you know what I mean? So it's like, hey, something has to be forcing it to move that way.
Well, I mean,
Or this way, or...
but that's the thing. Even if you were to be released in the atmosphere, that you wouldn't just stand there; you would be floating.
I was floating in a jet going to New York.
Sounds like a rapping.
And that was a scary trip. We were supposed to have drinks and food on that trip, and none of us got anything. And that plane, I was on the wing part, and it would hit a turbulence and it would go, and then it would go, and it scared everybody. And then the stewardess were sitting in their chairs with their legs pressed up against the wall, and they wouldn't let nobody get up for nothing. And that whole trip, everybody was quiet. Not one word was said. And usually when you're on a flight, you're talking, chattering and all that. Nobody said a damn thing that whole trip. When everybody got off that plane, that's when, when they stopped and landed, and that's when everybody started talking. Oh, they were so relieved that we got on the ground. I almost kissed the ground because that's how scared I was.
No shit.
So that's I feel like
that was my worst flight. Other than that, I flew to, where did I fly?
Yep. That's me.
Yeah, it was New York. That's where the rough trip was, but I flew somewhere else, to Missouri, I think it was, from Farmington. And that flight was really good, and I met somebody that I haven't seen in years on that plane. And no, I wasn't going.
Oh shit!
There was a guy I was seeing that go, and we were just tripping out. He was going the same way I was, and we hadn't seen each other in years. I can't remember his name, but it was just crazy.
That is crazy. See, I think I don't have fear of flying. He has fear of flying.
Yeah, but
But
Boats, I'm not too
Boats,
happy about
boats.
boats.
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't
gonna
like
say-
water too hard, I can't swim.
I'm not the biggest fan of water neither.
You can't swim.
I can't swim.
Hey, hold up. We're gonna have to teach you how to swim.
I'm
I
scared
don't
of
know how to
that.
swim.
Who?
Amanda?
Schmanda.
What the fuck?
Calling you
No,
out.
but I would prefer to fly anywhere than be on a boat
Yes, that would too.
because
Yeah, I like flying.
like flying's one faster and two, at least it's like if I end up in the water, I had a chance of not being in the water. If that makes sense. Like in the water, like it's fucking right there.
Yeah,
I
if
can-
anything happens, you're
Yeah.
in the water.
Yeah, like I'm in the water. But speaking of the sky, I don't know. Probably you guys don't know, but there's a YouTuber, man. His name was King Ransom. That was his YouTube reference or whatever. But he had done a bunch of like DIY things, like do-it-yourself experiments, like all kinds of stuff, man. He was a pretty popular fucking YouTuber, dude. I'd like to say he was 5-6 million followers or whatever, subscribers. That fool just passed away yesterday, I think, and he was only maybe in his 40s, I'd say.
I don't know.
Paragliding.
No, that's pretty fucked up.
Yeah, like he
Fuck
fucking
that.
died paragliding, and I'm like, fuck, man.
That's where they jump off a mountain, ain't it? Or
Yeah,
a
you're
large
like a
building or something?
squirrel. Not a
Hey,
squirrel.
but one of my subscribers y'all down to take me to go skydiving. I'm down. I'm down to skydive. That's a good story to die on, so I'll take it.
Yeah, he fucking died, man. They were having a bit of a contribute to him. Yeah, popular YouTuber dies in paragliding accident. Blah blah blah. Yeah, and he did a lot of DIY stuff, man. Like I said, he would just make.
Would you go paragliding?
I did.
Oh,
In
you
San
did?
Andreas, that San Andreas game.
Oh.
And I got killed in the plane. I love to fly in that game, though. I love the helicopters and the planes.
Chills, ain't you?
Killing them.
Damn boy! Shit!
Shit.
Look over here. Oh, see,
When I
he was
was
only
young-
38 years old.
When I was real young, I was a pyromaniac.
What you mean? What's that?
You don't know what a pyromaniac is? It's someone that loves fire.
Oh,
like an arsonist?
Yeah, I wasn't an arsonist. Wasn't an arsonist.
He wasn't doing
I lit a
that.
tumbleweed inside this old car that was.
Not go for it. Go.
Okay, there was an old car, and I lit a tumbleweed, and then I put it out. Well, I thought I had it out, okay, and I left. And then all of a sudden, there's this raging fire. The fire department's looking for who set that fire. And I'm freaking out, because I was real young at that time. And I just didn't say nothing, and nobody said nothing, but I'm the one that started that raging
Oh
fire.
shit!
A long
This guy.
time ago.
That's hilarious. Was it? But you said it was an old car, like
Yeah, it was an old car that
nobody-
was buried all the way down to just the, you know,
like the
top frame.
Okay.
that was buried all in the ground, but I've seen some, you know, tumbleweeds and I lit them on fire. And then I stomped it out and I go, oh, that's good, I'm going. And then I guess the wind caught it or something, it rekindled and more fire. But I had a good old fire going, it was good.
At least you were proud
Yeah, I
of
was
it.
happy.
How many fires did you start?
Oh, I had several. There was one in a cave. I started one in a cave. And
What the fuck were you doing in a cave?
Ow, where? Missouri?
no, that was in Aztec. So there's some hills out there that you run around when you're in football. Well, if you go away further than that, there's like a cave over there, and you bring a bunch of crap with you and stick it in there and some gas. And
Oh shit!
we
Yeah, I never
got a
really-
fire back then.
I
I don't
never-
do that no more, okay?
I don't care. I never really played with fire. I like fireworks. I'm a big fan of fireworks.
I just like fire. I don't know why, but I still
You trying to start some fire?
I like fire.
I got a lumberyard that I need to burn down.
Yeah. But you're trying to get rid of the competition, huh?
No, I was talking about the one on Post Street.
Oh,
we can get
yeah.
out of work for a couple weeks, you know what I'm saying?
I was wanting to sell everything so we can be out for a while. I'm gonna sell everything.
You hear that? Everything.
Everything's going.
Every fucking thing.
Sounds like you're already done.
Because I was wondering, it takes 2 weeks for windows just to get there, so it'd take a long time to restock that store. It'd be funny as heck.
It's funny that my windows don't come for 2 weeks and the customers yelling at me, huh?
But did you know that, did you ever watch that movie, Old Brother, Where Art Thou?
No.
Even back then, it took 2 weeks for hair jelly and hair nuts to come in. Because he's asking the guy, he's going, I want fop. Well, we don't have fop. I go, I want fop. And he goes, well, it'll take 2 weeks to get here. And I'm going, golly, it takes 2 weeks still to get here.
They still haven't made up any ground.
I
Huh?
go, that's back in the 30s.
Hey,
And
tell about that story about the old man that was trying to throw that thing at me, bro, at work.
oh yeah, that little,
The card reader, bro.
yeah, the card reader. Well, this old man, they were paving the front end, or
Yeah.
digging up the pavement, and they had it blocked off with rope. And the guy went through that rope because they were doing something out there, and the guy at the thing was telling him not to go, and that old man thought he was saying, come on. And so that old man walked across there where they were working. Well, he thought the guy was waving him
Right.
on the outside, that guy that was doing the pavement rolling.
Uh-huh.
But he wasn't rolling, he was telling him to stay across from coming across. And that guy thought he just, come on, so he drove his truck through. And then, and then he come and well, Ben told him that he wasn't supposed to do that, that it was, they were working on that. And he goes, the guy waved me on, son of a bitch, motherfucker. And
He's just going off, bro.
he was going off on Ben. I was going, damn, Ben, tell him something.
But was it really that big of a deal?
Yeah,
I
it
just told him
was.
not to do it so he don't
Yeah.
get hurt. And then that's
Yeah,
what-
because he was going to go back across it, I'm sure.
Yeah, they had the
Yeah, they have those little,
like where it like flattens the ground, like the little, I don't know what it is, like a tractor, but it's,
Oh yeah, the roller.
yeah, and it was smoothing it out, and he was putting ruts in it. And they're-
Oh shit.
So he's
Yeah.
fucking their shit up. Might get hit by that thing. Well, they
So you're just looking out for him and he flipped
Yeah,
out on
he
you.
and
fucking
then-
went off, bro.
Yeah, he almost he wanted to kill Ben that day. And that was,
I get customers like that all day though.
What's the worst experience you've ever had at a job?
well, let me think.
Let me see. What is mine?
I have a few.
Tell me one.
Worst experience.
Uh,
Can't think right yet.
My worst one was probably, we had a lady one time, and Eva. It was at the time Eva was a cashier, and I was like, she had a line, so I was like, I'll help you over here, and it was a lady, and she went off. She was like, you don't fucking know anything. You're a fucking loser. Da da da. Going off on me, and I was like, I don't even know who you are. And she was just like going off, and I was just like, what the heck? And he was like, oh, I'll get you. You didn't get everybody else, so I got everybody else. And the customer's like, what the fuck? And she's still yelling on the other side of me. I'm like, oh fuck, I don't know who. I think it was Eva that was helping her, but I was fucking scared, dog. This lady was going off on me for nothing.
For no fucking reason.
I don't know if she knew who I was or she just didn't like me or something happened. I don't know. It was fucking crazy.
Fuck.
Yeah, it was fucking.
You got any stories?
My worst job thing was a long time ago. I worked at Don Coyote's Den as a dishwasher. That was one of my first jobs. And we stole a bottle of Tin High. We went to Navajo Dam. We drank most of it, and we were fucked up bad. And this kid was with us, and he kept. I guess I was laying down and going to sleep, and I was covered up, and he would go, lightweighter, whoa, lightweighter, whoa. And then he got in his car and he tried to run me over with it. And luckily there was rocks and jaggedy crap all over the place, and he couldn't get to me. But he would have killed me if he would have got to me. But I slept on the ground.
What the fuck?
And then that next day, we were all right and everything, and he was throwing up all over there and going, lightweighter, whoa. And then we went down to the dock and looked at the boats and all that, and I was walking on the dock and I seen the fish, and and the dock was moving like this, and I started going. And then I threw up into the lake, and those fish come. They were eating all my puke, and I was going, oh man.
Is that the
That
new
was
thing? Is that how
horrible.
you get fish? Is the puke
Yeah,
in
I
the
fed the
fucking lake?
fish off my drink, but
Oh, that's
that was
disgusting.
a messed up day at work. But that was funny as heck. But we stole that bottle of Tenheim. Cloud.
You ever had some bad stories?
I don't think so. I've never really had any kind of.
I have about 10 stories I could tell.
I don't really have any ideas or any occurrences like that.
I
to
had
be
one
honest.
this week.
What happened?
A lady came up with a little bolt. I'm sorry if this is one of your fucking mothers, but she's acting like a little B word. But she came up with a bolt, and then we don't carry bolts for like bunk beds and stuff. So I was like, we don't carry those, but we have bolts. You're gonna need a nut because it's a different thread. She said, I don't need no bolt. I don't need no damn bolt. And I was just like, okay, the bolts are right there. You go look for them. Then if you really don't need a nut, whatever. You're fucking rude, you're fucking this and that, and I need to talk to the fucking man in charge. And my customer was like, well, how do you know it's a man in charge? That's kind of sexist. And I was just laughing the whole time. She's like, are you always fucking rude like this? I was like, customers say I am, but I'm pretty nice. I'm the nice one around here.
Oh my god.
I'm just like, fuck. So yeah, I have customers.
It's
every day
weird
already.
because I guess okay, so then I guess I have had experiences, not experience too particular, like I can't name one, but I used to work for that calling company in Las Cruces,
Yeah.
and I would take your customer service calls over the phone for your AT&T wireless bill.
Yeah.
And people would call and be pissed off and shit. But for me, it wasn't my fault. And I think I've always had pretty good patience. But there were customers that would just be so fucking mad for whatever reason. And it's like, well, unfortunately, like, it is what it is kind of thing.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how I've always been when it comes, because I've been on the other end of that phone call.
Yeah.
That when I call, I show them the utmost respect. Like, I'm like,
Fuck no.
if they're like, oh,
I show respect if they show respect. If they're being rude to me, I'm gonna be rude right back.
but see, what I usually take it, I initiate the respect, and the way I get it back kind of indicates where this conversation or whatever's gonna go.
Yeah.
I'm that and like I said, there's times when somebody don't know something, whether it's Verizon or something that person may not know what it is they're working on, and they're like, hey, do you mind holding for a few minutes while I either ask my supervisor or I look it up or whatever, and I usually follow up with, yeah, but take your time, because I'd rather them be thorough taking their time and that should go in, like you said, retail or construction, because sometimes it's a number of things.
Y'all sons of
yeah,
bitches.
there's too much stuff going on at once.
Yeah, they could be busier than shit trying to push out an order, or maybe their computers are down, or fucking whatever.
Customers don't give a fuck.
I know, but I think this could go for everybody. Just have a little bit more patience when dealing with the employees, because for whatever reason, you might not deal with customers, or I don't know, for whatever reason. Maybe you work at a hospital or patients. Whatever it is you deal with, you should have a bit of patience. Unfortunately, it's not always you have something to do, so you're trying to press for time by rushing others. Because then if they fuck up because you're on their fucking dick about it, then what good is that? Because now you're having to waste more time coming back because you couldn't just give them the time they needed to get it done right the first time.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Think about it, I got probably yelled at least 3 times this week, honestly.
Damn, just 3 times?
Yeah, I got yelled at yesterday actually. This guy ordered some like siding for the house. We get it from the local vendor we have. He's like, oh, I have 27 pieces, I'll give you 27, and when the other ones come in, I'll give you the rest. I was like, that's fine. I told the customer that. So he calls back when I come back after lunch at like 2 o'clock. He was like, hey, Ben. I was like, what's up, Cody? And he was just like, yo, bro, those 27 pieces are shit, and I'm not selling them to you. I was like, how bad? Like, I wouldn't even use it on my house kind of bad. Like, I wouldn't sell it to you. I was like, fuck. He's like, yeah, the other ones won't come in for another 6 to 8 weeks. So,
Oh my
so
god.
I'm gonna have to refund your money. I'm gonna have to refund the customer's money. I was like, fuck, all right, man. So I called him. The guy, lady answers. I was like, hey, I spoke to 2 guys about the sighting and da 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 da. She's like, oh, okay, let me call him. They called me. First word out of his mouth, he said, motherfucker, I thought you said you had 27 pieces. I was like, damn. I was like, my bad, bro. The guy I'm getting them from, the vendor, he does not want to sell them to me. Why the fuck do you want to sell them? I know all 27 pieces ain't bad. Da, da, da. I'm like, yo, man, I can refund your money. That's the best I could do. Or I can find another vendor that's going to take less time, but it's 6 to 8 weeks. And he's like, where the fuck did you get that out of your ass? And I was just like, yo, bro, chill. He's just cussing at me, so he just kept going. I was like, man, you can come in the store. I'll refund your money. You're cussing too much. Have a good day. Bleep. Haven't seen him since like Wednesday.
Did you refund him his money?
No, he hasn't came in. I can't refund
This
him.
fucking guy.
I can't refund him
See,
his
but
money.
it's like that kind of shit. It's like it's so unnecessary.
It's like out of my control to help you, but it's like I
It's
can't
like
do
what?
it.
No offense, but what happened to some of you people?
Fuck it.
Like,
Yes,
what
bro.
brought you to them circumstances that you're just a complete douche at all times?
And why do y'all pick on me when y'all go to the store, fuckers? I swear to God, I don't know why. No one else gets yelled at but me. I think I feel
I
like
get yelled at, but not. I yell back, and
you should
I
see
don't-
this fucker, bro.
I don't get that much. But I'm nice when I'm nice basically every day, and pretty happy most every day. But sometimes certain people. There used to be this lady, and I think she worked at the prison or something. But she come in every time and belittled me in front of her little child. And I was always nice to her kid and everything, and smiling at him and everything, waved to him. He's little bitty. And I always wanted to tell her, what are you teaching that child? I mean, to be rude to people all the time, what's wrong with you? And she would do that every time she come in, and she would pick on me about, how come I can't find this on the computer? How come I can't do this? Or how come I can't do that? And I go, I don't know. I'll play your silly game. Why can't I do it? And
And he'll make it worse, bro. He'll be like, damn, I forgot how to look that up. Like, you be doing that shit too.
and I'll go on the computer and I'll mess around.
And then he'll be like, Ben, I can't find this. I'm like, yeah, right. You were here for 15 years. You
Yeah.
can't find this item.
And then, so, I don't know, but that lady was just really mean all the time.
Yeah, it's unfortunate because it is things like that she's probably teaching that little one
Yeah.
to do that later on.
And that's gonna affect that little kid later on. I know it will.
Yeah, because it's like, I don't know, there should be a lot more kindness out there in the world, but unfortunately there's not. And it's because of, no offense, it's not just moms, it's dads too. You guys need to, shit, I don't know. I don't want to tell you how to parent because I don't know how to do that properly.
I don't think not anybody really does. It just happens, and
But I
you
think,
go with the best you can do.
right, and that's the thing. It's like, right from wrong. You don't fucking belittle a man that's actually helping you.
Mhm.
It's like, come on, appreciate the camaraderie, and rather than shoot him in the foot for no fucking reason.
Yeah, and she did that every time she came in. I could not believe that.
I don't know who you
And
are.
she always
but
brought
your
that
mom's
little boy,
a
and she
hoe.
goes, she'd always go,
Fucking
she'd tell her little
Bobby.
kid, she goes, you're gonna miss your lunch today, honey, because he's too slow.
Oh,
shit.
my
And I go,
goodness.
really? I go, I'm slow? And I go, okay.
You're gonna miss your lunch or
And
fucking...
then when she comes up there with her stuff, I'd really take my time and fumble around and act like I didn't know what the hell I was doing. And I didn't. My mind just went,
Hey, man, I mean,
come on.
yeah, that to me is just, I don't know. It's with a lot of people these days. It's not even just the fact, like, if people are at restaurants, they expect their shit within, like, fucking 5 minutes.
Yeah,
you know?
it's like Instagram. They see it on the computer. They think you should have it right there and ready.
Yeah, it's like,
And
come on.
Nothing works
Honestly,
that way.
I'm one to sit there and go the other way with it and say, I think something that takes more time, it holds its value a little bit more.
That's true.
You know,
Mhm.
like if somebody's willing to take their time, I feel like they're doing a better job than if I'm pressed for time, I'm rushing them, or they're rushed. Like anytime I go to a restaurant, yes, there's a time. I'm not needing it in the 5 minutes because now I think you don't give a fuck because
Or it's already made. It's
yeah, like
cold
it's
as
been
fuck.
sitting there. But then I also don't want to be there for like 30, 45 minutes waiting for my food.
Yeah.
I think within 30 minutes, probably I'd say 15 to 30 minutes to get my food out. I think that's within reason. And if you're busy, I'd even give you an extra like 5-10 minutes. But I don't want to see the table next to me getting their food before I get my food. You know what I mean? Like that's probably one of my biggest pet peeves because I've had that happen. And I'm just kind of like, what the fuck, man?
I never worked in like food, so I don't know how it works. I don't know if like certain things take certain time.
They do, but
Yeah,
also I
but-
think it's like the first come first serve kind of thing too. You took my order first. Unfortunately, they should have to wait because.
That's the thing at McDonald's. When I get there at that window,
Uh-huh.
why should I have to pull off to the side if I was there before the people behind me?
I never
I don't
understood that
understand
either.
why they do that.
But I'll tell you this:
That's funny.
I'm always willing to do so for one reason and one reason only. I know my food's coming out fresh, because that means they either just dropped the fries or they threw the patties on, and it always comes
I have
out
a funny
fresh.
story, bro.
If it doesn't, if you do get your food right then and there, sometimes maybe they
You might-
prep that food early.
yeah, they cooked it early.
Yeah, like maybe like probably 15 minutes before you got there, they probably dropped those fries.
Yeah.
But if
and
you
then
ordered some fries
cold
and
and
they,
soggy.
I have a
yeah,
funny story. When I was in my shithead days, bro, they're like, pull forward. There was
what
no
the fuck are these things?
fucking. Nah, they.
The shithead days? What day was that? I missed that shithead day.
So I was just like, I was chill, I was in the car, and then I pull forward. I was like, there ain't nobody fucking behind me. I ordered like a hot and spicy. We don't have it ready yet. I was like, I'm not pulling forward. There's no one behind me. And then the lady's like, you're pulling forward. I'm gonna have to refund your money. I was like, I'm not pulling forward.
And where is this at?
McDonald's.
McDonald's
I started
did that too,
recording
yeah.
and I was like, I'm not pulling forward. I don't know what you know or what you thinking. I'm not pulling forward. Just give me my fucking food. And she like hands it, and then I was like kind of like trying to drive off and grab it, and she like pulled it back, so I had to reverse. I was like, this bitch, really? And she was like, oh, I thought you were just gonna leave. Am I just gonna leave without my bag? Like, what the fuck?
Okay, well, in her defense, I'm not defending her, but why'd you drive off, Mr. Slick Boy?
Because I was just gonna grab it.
Yeah,
Keep my fucking-
but see, that's what comes. It boils down to patience.
I guess
man.
that's why I get the
Like,
shithead customers now.
Lose
Yes, like
your
if
patience.
you would have taken the extra
I
2
was-
seconds to grab the bag first, you wouldn't have had to reverse. You wouldn't have had to argue with her anymore. But you decided
So yeah, that shit was funny, bro.
it happens.
So I think that's why karma got me back, and all these customers are just dicks to me now. I'm just like, that's karma.
I don't know. I don't think I believe in karma.
What do you
I just think things come to those that they deserve what they've worked for, and I don't see it as being karma. Like I'm not sitting here thinking, "Oh, this person did me dirty," but just wait, they're gonna get theirs. Like I don't see it.
I don't
If
see
that's
that
what
either.
their cards, that's the cards they hold, then it's just gonna it's more in what their fate is rather than like bitter luck, I guess. I'm not like a lucky kind of guy.
Me neither.
Yeah, I ain't never been lucky. I ain't hit the millions yet.
You gotta play to
A
win.
few times at the slots, but my wife is more luckier than I am with that.
This fool went up there with the Indians and smoked some
No, we
peyote.
went up there and we
Powwow?
went to a powwow, and they did a money blessing, and I said, let's go gamble for a little bit. And right away I won a jackpot, and I go, well, I was blessed, but I didn't really believe that Indian stuff, but I did, yeah.
Them Indians are
I
aliens.
mean, sometimes you just
I just couldn't believe that.
you got it that day. You know,
Yeah.
there's some
Nah.
days.
Yeah, just
Hell
that
no.
one.
I believe that.
Ray Barones, bro.
Ray Barones wins a lot.
Every fucking time he goes.
What
Yeah,
does
I
he
don't
do? Who's
understand
that?
that.
He's a contractor.
Mm-hmm.
Barones Construction.
There's another guy too. What's his name?
I don't remember.
He Sunrise Properties.
Oh yeah.
That guy wins all the time. He's a older
Ray has
guy.
like a freaking room when he goes, bro. They have a room for him. Like, they just
Yeah.
let him stay there.
At the inn or
Yeah,
what?
the inn.
Yeah, they give him a room to
Yeah.
stay.
He
I
wins
mean,
a lot,
like
bro.
I said, everybody's good at something, like really exponentially good at something. It's just a matter of what it is.
I'm not good at shit.
You're good at it. I think you got a really good taste for clothes.
I think you're an excellent shoe buyer. You buy shoes, they look good.
Thanks,
You should see
buddies.
mine.
That's what I'm saying.
I like those.
It may not be. Not everybody's athletic. Not everybody's book smart. Not everybody's a doctor. But I guarantee there's something that somebody else is way better at me than I am at that. Like it's just a simple fact of the matter. It just like you were talking about you do nunchucks and you like animals.
Yeah.
Like I love my dogs, but unfortunately, like I've had my dogs for the time I've had them, and those are probably gonna be my only pets that I've ever gonna own. I don't think I will own any.
You say it now, but we have a little daughter. Hey, Papi.
No, I'm sorry. I'm like, I'll buy you a fucking fish.
I want to get a dog.
I'll be like, well,
That's gonna be hard to
And
say
those
no. I'm
little
like,
eyes.
damn.
why am I having a daughter? Why am I a slut and all these kid things with popping
Because
up?
your ass would be like, I want a kid, and you don't even say.
I don't
just
want
kidding.
a kid. I
Me and
know.
Amanda see you
It's
and
gonna
like,
happen one day.
you're like, I want a kid. You usually say just kidding, but now you don't even fucking say just kidding.
Okay.
You don't even say just kidding
Like,
anymore.
I want.
So all the women out there,
Okay, I want
watch
a
this
kid.
motherfucker. He's gonna trap you.
I want a. What the fuck?
He's trapping. He's a
No,
trapper.
I want a kid, but I think more so I want the family thing. I can say
How you
shit.
gonna
I
get
gotta watch
a
that
family
way.
without the kid?
But I
He
just
can make whatever the fuck he wants. Whatever the fuck. I'm speak for this motherfucker. He better turn into Robin or play a pimp.
Yeah.
I just say like I don't want just any fucking
Baby?
chick as my baby mama. Like
Oh, okay.
like I don't want that title as far as she's just my fucking baby mama. Like I'm sorry for some of you ladies or guys too, whatever. I don't know how y'all both look at it, but I don't want that. I know nothing's guaranteed, so any girl that I choose to pursue in that aspect may or may not last. But I also, again, patience.
I'm so glad.
I'm not in a rush. I'm not gonna dive into a relationship that I'm not certain for. I want to get to know you. I want to talk. I want to hang out. I want to smash. Because if I'm not good and you're not good, why are we gonna pursue a fucking relationship? Like I want to make sure things are right. Look at this guy. He fucking did it all, and now he's been married for how long? You been married?
30 years.
30 fucking years. Like that's the kind of shit I'm looking for. Like I want some 30-year kind of shit. Like you ain't on that fucking wave. Don't fuck with me. Don't even text me no more. Nah, hit me.
He still wants
Don't
a
hit me
little
up.
girl. He still wants a little girl.
Whoa, what?
A mija.
Oh, a daughter?
Don't you?
I think honestly, if I had to choose between a boy and a girl, I'd prefer a girl.
Me too.
My reasoning is, I've always been athletic, so I think the boy aspect of myself would be, or the male aspect of it would be, like he needs to do those things, and I think I'd be too harsh on him.
I just want a daughter because y'all thoughts out there. I'm about to teach her how to be a queen. Y'all are bad out there.
Yeah, like I think with a daughter, I would
I'll
make her
teach
my little like princess,
She'll be a second version of me. I'm
she would just be dope.
I'm mean as hell.
She'd be the best little girl out there. But
I don't know if she'd be the
till
best.
then, oh, she'd be the best in my eyes.
Oh no, I was talking about my kid. I don't know if she's gonna be the best, but she's gonna be up there. She's gonna be up there.
I mean, it is what it is. I don't
tell
know. I'm just, and so you don't have.
Don't rush it.
Yeah.
That's
So
all
you
I
don't
can
have
do,
any
don't
kids
rush
of your own, right?
Yeah.
I have one.
Oh, you do have one.
Yeah. He
Okay.
didn't turn out so well.
Oh well, I mean, look at us. We're not the best kids either.
I know.
My parents would agree.
He's in a mental hospital in Missouri.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah, he's pretty messed up. But it wasn't my fault.
Okay.
When his, I guess his mother had him and she took off somewhere and she left him with a boyfriend, he beat the hell out of him.
Oh,
And he was
shit.
just really little, tiny, and I don't know. He messed his head up really bad.
I'm very sorry to hear that, man.
So, yeah,
Unfortunately.
I have one real child that's in Missouri, and he's still in that home mental
Wow.
institution. So yeah,
That's tough, dude. But I mean, everybody's got their demons.
Tell her, but do you have another son?
oh what?
You have another son.
Which son? Oh,
You
Ben's
don't
my
remember
son.
that, bro?
Ben's my son too at
That
work.
What the
Yeah.
Nah, one day he was in the break room eating something. And I was like, "Hey, Robin." He's like, "What?" I was like, "I love you." He's like, "Yeah, you have to, cause I'm your dad."
Yeah.
Like he said that shit, bro. I was like,
Motherfucker.
he's like, "Yeah, cause I'm your dad."
Because I'm your dad, you have to love me.
You
You
have
have
to.
to.
That's
I was
fucking
freaking
hilarious.
You don't
Nah.
love your dad.
So yeah, trust me. When I say Robin picks on everybody, you don't judge, you don't care. Woman, man, you don't give a fuck, bro.
I don't care.
Unless you're a kid, he will give you. He won't fuck with you really. Well, maybe kind of.
I don't really fuck with the little kids either, unless like we're actually engaging in conversation. You know, like if they come approach us at a game or whatever. At first it'll be kind of chill, then eventually I just kind of fuck with them. I'll be like, whatever, you know.
Mhm.
But outside of that, I don't just like if I see a random person. It was cool because yesterday went to go get dinner or whatever,
Yeah.
and I don't ever. I'm not like Rob where he makes fucking. He fucking makes convos with anybody. This guy could be in fucking Alaska and happen to know a person. This,
That's Leo at work.
Yeah, oh, God.
this
what?
guy knows everybody. But needless to say, like I didn't know this person, but he engaged in conversation with me, and I engaged back, and we just had a good conversation while our food was being made, and it was cool. I was just like, well, that's cool. Like that's the kind of shit I do like. Like it was just maybe meaningless for the time, like
Yeah.
for the most part, but it just passed the time by, and it was good conversation.
You know what's crazy? I was thinking that today because my communication skills, ever since we did a podcast, are like out of this world, bro. I used to not like to talk to people. I just hated talking to fucking people. Now this dude came in, I was talking about how he lived in London and some weird shit like that. It was just like, I would be like, later, man, have a good day, bye.
Exactly,
Yeah,
like
you listen more
Yeah.
for some reason. You
and
listen
that's one
more
thing
to
I've
things.
always been a stickler of that is people can hear you, but are they listening?
Yeah.
There's a difference, and a lot
You
don't
hear
understand. I fucking hear everything.
Well, I can't
sometimes
hear
don't
a
listen.
lot. My hearing is pretty screwed
I don't know. I just
my hearing is real bad. My eyesight's bad, but I think it's all because of that heart problem.
oh man, yeah, that dude, that
He is
sucks,
smoking
man.
ganja, low key under Raul's.
They won't let me ganja it up. I would do the ganja because
I know.
I think it would help
We
my
can't talk
life.
There's a sign.
We
There,
can't talk about it very much because Raul watches this. Raul.
Well, ganja, it's legal now.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
they
legal,
got,
boss.
Yeah, drive down south towards Mountain View, right there.
Back
before-
when I was younger, it was not legal, and
Yeah, I would still
we
do it.
did it more now or then than we do now. But there is a lot going on. But
Yeah, there's a sign up there. It says this. It literally says this. This is a sign to not drive high, and it's got a big old fucking marijuana.
well, I think
leaf on
drinking
there.
and driving is way worse than ganja driving.
That's what I'm thinking.
Because when you're high, you're really paying attention. It seems like to me more. When you're drunk, you don't give a
Well,
shit.
I also see it this way. When you're high, you're not disoriented in vision and thought and motor
Speech,
skills.
yeah.
Maybe your motor skills are slowed
Yeah,
down.
slow down.
But and maybe your how can I say it, like your reaction might be slowed down to a
Mhm.
certain extent. But when you're drunk, compared to being like, let's say you smoked a full ounce of fucking weed in one sitting, compared to like a 30-pack. That 30-pack's you're not probably getting home.
I'm probably
Yeah.
sleeping on Matt's bed or couch.
Yeah, like you're
I'm
fucked up. An ounce, no matter if you fucking hit a 3 percolated bong, you rolled up 20 blunts or whatever, you're still probably more capable of doing certain things, especially like motor.
Mhm.
I guess you're right, because we used to do it when we were playing basketball all the time. I mean, that's a lot of motor skills you have to do to play basketball. We were higher than fuck, so I mean,
You're not as impaired is the best
that's
way.
true, because I can't
That's
play
what I
anything.
think too. And texting and driving is worse than ganja driving. I
Oh,
would
speaking
think.
of that shit.
Texting, I've seen some girls text and
That
he's
shit happened
almost
today, bro.
What?
they slammed on their brakes, and I was going. I thought I was gonna die right there, but
Today?
Nah,
the other day.
Oh
But
shit.
today, there's a
And it was.
there's a
I
spot
was
right
kinda
there
believing
for
that shit. And I don't.
handicappers.
Uh-huh.
For handicapped people, this guy was sitting at the handicap thing. He already bought his shit, and I guess he tried to reverse. And when he reversed, he was in drive, and he was texting. He was boom, fucking hit the parking blocks. Two of them, boom.
Oh shit! At your work.
Took both the parking blocks out, bro.
Texting and
And
parking.
This fucking, this
Yeah,
fucking
and he was almost parked.
This
That's
fool-
bad.
He was. I seen him get in this truck and he was parked and then fucking comes in. He's all, I'm sorry, bro. I gotta buy you a new curb. I was like, what the fuck you talking about? He's all, I hit your curb.
At least he
So I was like, fuck. So I called
talked
Chris.
about it.
I called Chris up there. I was like, damn, bro. He's like, what? I was like, this fool fucked our parking blocks up. He's like, what do you mean? He's like, go look. These fuckers are out of the fucking
Like the ground.
the
like
ground, bro.
pavement.
They're fucking just on the sidewalk now. They're fucking fucked up.
Two of them.
Dog, he hit. Okay, there's one for like handicap, and right next to it, he hit the other one. Boom! I guess he hit it with both his tires.
How fucking hard did he hit him?
My homie Adrian said he didn't hit it very hard. It didn't look. I guess he had a big ass lifted truck, so I guess he just.
I mean, maybe that's crazy.
That's just funny. He's like, my
But
bad,
anyway,
bro.
Yeah, texting and driving. You're right, man. It's up there too with drinking and
Yeah.
driving.
Stop
It's,
putting your makeup on. You still ugly. Don't be putting your
I
makeup
know,
on.
we don't get to put makeup on.
Yeah, look
We
at
got
me.
you see us for who we are. Some of y'all girls, Jesus.
Look at me
like-
for your paradigm of hope.
I'm just saying, like, you girls. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm sure it takes some set of skills to do whatever it is you're trying to do. But honestly, I would prefer a woman that's. You don't have to be completely bare skin, but I mean, it's more attractive when you can show your natural features and you're still beautiful rather than having to cover up your flaws. I mean, we all have our demons.
I know.
Just
I know.
let them out.
Look at me. I'm pretty. I'm God's black fucking angel. I'm beautiful.
He's over his head.
You're on your own for that one.
Yeah, you're all by
I
yourself.
don't know about that one.
That's all that matters at the end of the day. I don't care what these two or any of y'all motherfuckers think.
That's hilarious. Okay, on that fucking weird note of his.
I always get a weird nose. Yeah. They ended on a weird nose.
Like he just.
This is some
He's on
fucked
some
up
fucking
shit.
level
This
right
is
now.
some fucked up shit.
He's on some level. Well, I appreciate you. Thank you. I enjoyed it. You were definitely a man whore.
Yeah,
But it looks like I think if you hadn't taken that path, you wouldn't be where you're at now. So
That's what I'm thinking too.
hey, everything serves a
I need to
reason
get
and
in
a
my
purpose.
man horse situation.
You just get it out the way. That way you're committed later on.
Somewhere you're gonna find the right one.
Yep. And then if you're fucking up, then you're gonna lose it.
Yeah. Your dick gonna fall off. You better stop that shit.
Alrighty. Well, you guys have a motherfucking blessed Monday. Enjoy the rest of y'all's week. We will see y'all soon. Again, from the Beard Bros podcast. Y'all go share, like the video. Go to his, I'm going to link his Facebook in the description. Y'all go show him some love.
Man
Go like his Afro pic. Alright?
Yeah.
Till next time. Y'all have a good one.
Bye.
Peace.